ora koutou katoa no mai hara mai ki UFC on Sky, ko Ravinder Hunia aho. UFC 285 is promising fireworks this weekend with the return of Jon Jones, this time competing for the heavyweight title up against Ciryl Gane. And Jon Jones joins us from the road right now. Kia ora, Jon, and welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be here.
No problem at all. Look, likewise. Look, it's been so long, 3 years since you've been in the octagon competing at this level. First of all, how does it feel to be in amongst it again, you know, dealing with the media and this side of things at the moment?
I'm honored. I'm grateful. I think I have one of the coolest jobs in the world. I get to beat up people and not get in trouble. And it's a lot of fun. I know the media comes with it. Ultimately, you guys are here to help us sell it and let the world know about the big event. And so I'm just grateful for your time. Thanks for having me on the show.
No worries at all. Look, there was a comment that you made that caught my attention. It was that you said you were coming back to be great. And a lot of people would argue that you kind of already did that, you know, with the things that you've been able to achieve in your time as a UFC athlete. So I was just wondering what you meant by that and perhaps what's missing for you.
You know, I feel like to some people there's still a debate. You know, you got great athletes. You got George St. Pierre. You got Khabib Nurmagomedov. You got Volkanovski. You got the list goes on and on. Anderson Silva. And I just want to put a cherry on the top of work, on the body of work that I've already done. And I just feel like I have more to prove. I'm young enough to get back out there, and I got more in me. So hopefully by the time I'm done, there won't be much of a debate. That's what I'm fighting for.
So my next question for you, Jon, was being out of the octagon for 3 years, what have you been doing?
Man, I've just been taking care of my family. I have been doing a lot of community work. I've been working in my community. I started a foundation called the Care Project, where we got to get out there and do different projects around the community, trying to help others. I have been working on Jonathan Jones outside of Jon Jones, you know, just focusing on getting good sleep and my happiness and I feel great. I feel great. It was good to take a little time away from the sport. I'm glad I did. I'm even more appreciative being back.
Yeah. People seem to forget that, you know, UFC fighters are humans outside of the octagon, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I know we come across as savages, but I do have a heart.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
And talk to us about the transition, Jon, because you, of course, were competing at light heavyweight. You were a champion, you know, a reigning champion, and there for a long time. You're coming back to the UFC as a heavyweight. So talk about the adjustments that you've had to make.
Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of rice. I eat a lot of rice. A lot of hamburger meat, a lot of steak, a lot of fish, a lot of chicken. 3 protein shakes a day, more sleep. Weightlifting 4 days a week, a lot of hydration, a lot of water. It was a real job. It was a real job. I could have just rammed my face with whatever I wanted, but I tried to do it the right way, and that's why it took me so long. But I'm here now. I feel better than ever. I feel better. I think better, quicker. I just feel really good. I don't think I was meant to be a skinny guy my whole life. I'm a lot thicker now. I got a big old booty on me. I feel sexier. I feel great.
So over those 3 years that you've been away, obviously the UFC as an organization has grown exponentially, and so too has the sport of MMA. So have you had to make any adjustments to come to that party? You know,
the promotion just feels bigger. The production team is like double. Everything happens quicker. You feel like everything's at a more quick pace. It's a different feeling. This is a completely different machine than what I left. But my job is to adjust and to enjoy the process, and that's what I'm doing.
Nice one. And another thing I wanted to ask you was that, you know, the media can be pretty brutal, and it's, you know, no secret that there has been a slight bit of controversy that surrounded you in your career, you know, a few years back. But how has that been, that aspect of keeping your mind clear and on your goal for UFC 285?
Yeah, I feel like in life, we're all going to have our ups and downs. And I'm really grateful to represent what being a human is. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy. I feel like my ups and downs just ultimately makes me more relatable and represent resilience, not giving up. You owe it to yourself to get up in the morning and give every day your best effort and try to do things a little bit better than you did yesterday. And that's what I'm here doing. I'm here living as a human being, an imperfect human with big plans for his future.
I know that I think I know that you knew you were always going to come back to the UFC. Did you anticipate coming back after 3 years and fighting for a title off the bat?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to fight for the title immediately. I feel like I deserve to fight for the title immediately. I have a huge body of work. I put on very exciting fights for the fans, and I don't think the fans would want to see me fighting against, a B-level, C-level fighter. They want to see me against the dangerous guys. They want to see me risk losing, and I think that's why this is such a big fight because Ciryl Gane is a very special athlete, and he has the whole world's attention right now, and I'm excited to be a part of it. High pressure moment. Yeah, so that's the land that I live in.
That's such a good point that you bring up, and that was the next part I was going to talk to you about was Ciryl and what you make of him as a fighter and what he's doing. He's quite a force in the heavyweight division at the moment.
Yeah, he's an extraordinary athlete. Yeah, 6'5", guy got an awesome physique. He moves very well, very athletic. There hasn't been many heavyweights like him in the history of our sport. And what better way to challenge yourself? Very rarely in life do we get these opportunities to look danger in the eye, look fear in the eye, and willingly go out there. And this is one of those moments for me. And I'm glad to be a courageous man. I'm glad to have cojones. And I'll get the job done.
In terms of his preparation, do you kind of think that it would be a mistake for him to study your tape so much from so long ago, considering the fighter that you are now?
Yeah, I do believe that I'm a much different fighter today than I've ever been. I believe that I have a knockout power in my hands that I didn't have before. My wrestling is more dynamic, more explosive than it used to be. My jiu-jitsu is more refined. And I don't think studying my footage helps out too much. I have a lot of versatility. Half the time, I don't know what I'm going to do when I go out there. So yeah, I feel good. If you're expecting the Jon Jones that fought Dominic Reyes, he's going to be greatly mistaken.
I kind of get the feeling like this is it is a debut in the heavyweight division, but the big word that's coming out about this fight, describing it as your comeback, is the return. And it took me back to, UFC 87, 2008, when you made your debut, and there was, a list of, legends now on that card. Do you think back to that debut in the UFC and how this kind of stacks up with that?
My UFC debut and this situation is just completely different, and there's a lot of fans who are unfamiliar with my body of work, who's never seen me compete before. But for me personally, this feels nothing like my debut. I have a wealth of experience in this game with the media, with the fans, and the octagon, and I feel right at home. I do. I'm nervous to be back. Obviously, it's been 3 years, but I do feel right at home. I get more and more comfortable with every interview I do. I feel like every round that happens in the cage, I'm going to get more and more comfortable, and it's the life I chose.
Awesome. Now, finally, Jon, if there was one thing that you wanted to show the fans and the world this weekend at UFC 285, what is it?
I want to show the world that hard work pays off. And I want to let the world know to just have faith and stick to your goals, stick to your plans, no matter how ugly things get, no matter how long it may take. Keep one foot stepping in front of the other, and believe in you, and the world can be your oyster for those who don't give up.
Nice one. Look, all the very best. The world will be tuning in and can't wait to see this heavyweight battle. Thank you so much for joining us, Jon Jones.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you so much.
Well, joining us now is UFC's #1 heavyweight, Ciryl Gane, who will be, of course, facing Jon Jones this weekend at UFC 285. Ciryl, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Look, you're looking really calm and really happy considering it's fight week ahead of a big fight. How are you feeling?
No, yeah, but always I'm chill. I'm with my guys. I got my coach just on my side, with the guy in the kitchen over there talking, chilling, PlayStation, everything like that, and hard work at the night. And yeah, we are good. We the feeling is good in the training and yeah.
Look, I also wanted to say congratulations for your win over Tai Tuivasa on your home turf in France last year. That was an amazing fight, an amazing performance. Yeah. After that fight, did you think you warranted that title fight next?
No, I was really not sure, but yeah, I was really not sure about that because I knew already. Because I was not the champion, and the champion was Francis Ngannou, and I know Jon Jones was going to fight for the title, so I knew already it was not for me. But I'm waiting a lot. And one moment we say, "Hey guys, we are here. If the situation is complicated, I'm here." So, and this is happening.
Yeah, waiting in the wings for your opportunity.
Yes, yeah, big opportunity, and it was impossible to say no. Impossible.
And I know that, Francis Ngannou vacating the title and all of that was, a shock to the heavyweight division, a shock to the UFC. But of course, it's meant that now is your time to shine and step up to the plate for your opportunity to be a champion.
Yeah, like I say in French, the bad thing for another guy can be a good thing for you. So this is exactly what's happening.
Yeah, you have to be a little selfish sometimes.
Yeah, of course, because he was a big personality for for this division, and because a lot of people waiting for this revenge. You see, but he's on his way, and I hope he's gonna do well. That's it.
Mm. There were talks of Jon Jones returning to the UFC and to the heavyweight division for a little while. Did you expect that your chance to face Jon Jones would come so soon?
Si j'attendais que ce soit moi qui...
Est-ce que tu espérais que ça vienne aussi rapidement?
No, truly no. Not really no, but yes, at first I thought it would be Francis against Jones, and after that it will be my turn. Francis leave. This is my turn now. Let's go. Big opportunity.
How has preparations been for a fighter like Jon Jones? What I'm really interested in is how do you research a fighter or study them and their style when they haven't fought for so long?
Yeah. So, yeah, he jumped in the new division. He had a lot of pound on him, so he's going to be different. But even if you're gonna be maybe heavier, we're looking for a training camp for a guy really fast. Like we have a guy from kickboxing, Himad. He's a light heavyweight, so he make a pressure. He learn a lot, so we're looking for some stuff like that. And on the ground game, we have a good wrestler. We have Bones. We have Reda from my gym. So we did well.
Mm. And you've mentioned the wrestling part, and I'm thinking with your footwork, which is probably very different to any other fighter in the heavyweight division, a lot faster anyway. Are you anticipating those takedowns from Jon Jones? And when do you anticipate that?
Yeah, with my team, we stood a lot on it, and we think, yeah, I'm gonna have a good striking against this guy. I'm gonna have a really good footwork also. So for sure, he's gonna try to make me down for sure. So yeah, we are really aware about that, and we did a lot of part of the camp was on it.
The anticipation too, this fight is such a big fight. So I know that, you fighting for a title is a big deal, but you throw Jon Jones in the mix, it turns into a media, almost a media circus. So how has it been dealing with all the attention on this fight?
No, it's okay. He's okay because you see my experience with Francis Ngannou was a little bit bigger, I think, because the stories was really incredible because we're from exactly at the same gym. We was born at the same gym. We have some beef, a lot of stuff like that. So a lot of question about that. He was big. He was already big. Today with Jon Jones, I got no beef with him. He's just a goat, and a lot of people talk about me like a young guy just arrived in the MMA, and how are we gonna do that? That's it. So no, not too much pressure with the media.
Do you think, using that word pressure, do you think perhaps that there's more pressure on him to perform than for you, seeing as, you know, his journey to get to this point?
See that with pressure?
Yeah.
Well, I think today, of course, I'm the outsider because he's a goat, and every people talk about him like a goat, and jump in a new division. This is something new for him. So of course, the pressure is on his shoulder, not mine, 100%.
And finally, Ciryl, what would becoming the heavyweight champion mean for you?
You see the world, and you can see the paradise. You see, you need something big. Yeah, we are really close of that, and we're looking for that now, for real. And to have this, to be the baddest man in the planet. You see, this has mean a lot for me. So, yeah, I'm gonna do my best this Saturday.
You absolutely will, and we can't wait to see it. All the very best, Ciryl Gane, with your fight up against Jon Jones at UFC 285. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Take care.
And joining me now, who will also be featuring at UFC 285, is Valentina "The Bullet" Shevchenko, the champ. Kia ora, Valentina. Welcome to UFC on Sky.
Thank you so much, Ray. It's my pleasure to be today with you.
Well, first of all, I just outed myself as a big fan of yours, but it's a pleasure to meet you. And it's always another pleasure to have a female champion on this show.
Thank you. I'm very excited for this one.
Awesome. Look, first of all, UFC 285, it's a very big card and your first fight in a little while. So talk to us about how preparations have been going for Alexa Grasso.
So my preparation went smoothly, excellent, good training camp. I started in Kyrgyzstan, where's my home country, where my mother is. She's president of Kyrgyzstan Muay Thai Federation, and she has amazing students with whom I was training all this time. And after that, we had a great time in Japan. So actually, the hardest training was in Japan for about a month, and we came back to Las Vegas, where's my second home, and now we are here getting ready for the last days.
Talk to us a little bit more about Japan, because we usually see you're either at home or you're training in Thailand or in America. So what was the idea behind training in Japan?
Japan, it was in my list, the country I wanted to visit for very long time. And everything went in one point for this training camp. And it was amazing because I'm glad that we did this trip. I had amazing training partners, trained in Parestra Kashiwa over there. So the best thing that I could train with the same weight class guys and girls. What is amazing, it's not every time I can find it here in, for example, in States. Everyone is just bigger and heavier. And there is like everyone, my weight class. So yeah, I had very good quality of the training out there. And I were able to see the culture, traditions of the country. I watch sumo wrestling from the inside, how they train, how they eat after the train. So it's another fantastic thing what we did in Japan.
So it's been a whole cultural experience, not only the training and the mixed martial arts, but the culture as well.
Oh yes, it's every time. No, doesn't matter where we are traveling. Where next hour is what is next hour destination. I am looking for meet with the country, with the culture as deep as I can. Because for me to go as a tourist, take a picture here and there, no, not for me. I like to like dig deeper and actually see how people live and what they eat, where they eat. It's very important. So only this way you can see the real country from inside.
Yeah, fair enough. And yeah, getting that full experience and taking that away with you, right? Adding that to your, basket of knowledge in ways. You spoke about having training partners that are the same size as you, because in America they're a little bit bigger. How important is it to have training partners the same size? Because a lot of people do talk about fighting bigger, heavier people and then coming to a fight and being even more ready. But for you, is that more important to have training partners the same size?
Actually, it's very important for anyone. Yes, people say that all the time, but it's a huge mistake. Because if you are training with something bigger and heavier, it's every time it's kind of like risk of injury. You throw, like you're doing a wrong throw, and this like weight difference can impact and change all your training camp, all the preparation. But with the same same weight class training partners, you are able to do even more technique. And if they are in this moment like very strong, same weight class training partner, even better, because it's like a lot of speed, a lot of power, and at the same time less risk of to get any injuries.
That's right. And describe the difference between training with men and women. You mentioned that you're training with both, but I mean, how important is it to have female training partners as well as men?
In my life experience, it's very rare I can find like a lot of good female training partners, but yes, there is some, definitely. And mostly I train with guys, but it's very good to train with female fighters because they give this extra competition feeling. Because sometimes when you train with the guys, they can do like something like, okay, yeah, we are not competing because we are training, but girls, they are competing all the time, on the training, out the training, so they are full competition.
And what did you take away from Japan? Were there any new skills or ideas you perhaps picked up while you were over there?
The most important, what I really enjoy about Japan, it's see the culture and the way how they approach to the trainings. And this approach is the same like I was growing up with this idea. It's like old style martial arts, because right now in the modern world, it's many people, they're training for money. They don't care about the gyms. They don't care about their coaches. They can switch coaches, like do whatever they want, right? But the old idea of martial arts is be loyal to your gym, train as a with a lot of dedication as a fanatic. Some of them in Japan, they have training 4 sessions a day. And when I asked why you have 4 sessions a day, and it was a girl who I trained with, and she is one of the very prospects to be professional fighters and star of Japan. And she said, I want to be stronger. This is my idea. So they train for their gyms. They train for the name of their coaches. So they have this idea as it's supposed to be in martial arts.
And as a champion for you, that must be even more so, very important. So, coming away from Japan and knowing that you had been training with like-minded people, how much did that, was perhaps strengthen you or give you, a bit more perspective as a long-reigning champion in the UFC?
Oh, it's every time. It's extra motivation. It's extra support, and I won't say that all my training partners, no matter what part of the world, they are all like-minded, same as me. And here in the United States, in Thailand, in Kyrgyzstan, now in Japan, and it's we are all the same, and we are sharing the same love for martial arts.
Yeah, fair enough. And she has been coming through the ranks and doing well with what she's been doing, but I'm very intrigued to see how she will adapt, especially to your style of fight, because watching you over the years, you've been able to evolve your game. Of course, we know you come from a Muay Thai background, a strong striking background, but your ground game has also evolved over the years. How have you, really reveled in that journey? And do you think that she has done enough to compete with the work that you've put in over the years?
Oh no, I think like no one is putting that much work was what I am putting, because I'm in martial arts as martial arts artist like already for 30 years, and this year 2023 is my anniversary. Actually, 30 years being martial artist, and through all these years I had a lot of experience, and this is like secret number one, not secret, like key number one for any fighters. Keep evolving all the time. If you are stop and thinking you are the best, you are dead. You have to be better no matter what.
Look, Valentina, thank you so much for your time. All the very best with the rest of Fight Week and for the weekend ahead up against Alexa Grasso.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
What's up, New Zealand? This is the future heavyweight champion of the world, Jon Jones.
1600 block. I just wanna rock. I just wanna I just wanna rock. Body out of ya. Shorty got that body out of ya. Hit it once.
Be sure to tune in UFC 285, Sky Sport.
Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.